Hi, today I'm going to do something that helped me to come off sugar, and that's refined sugar, because we like a lot of sweets in our diet, whether that is, a sweet treat of some kind. Now I'm on a detox, and I've been on many detoxes, and one of the things I like to do is to treat myself to something that's healthy but just has a little bit of a sweet kick. It's protein packed as well, and it's something that you can have on the go, and it's really, really satisfying. And these are my little truffles. I'm going to show you how simple it is for you to do this, and if you're struggling with sugar cravings, this is ideal for you because it's healthy and it's a lovely sweet snack. And also for those the protein lovers that want the protein in their plant-based diet, but they want the sweet fix as well. And this is a really healthy option. So what I've got here, and I'm going to put the description the recipe for you. So you have all the measurements. I'm using exactly what I have left in my kitchen today. So some of it I may eyeball, but you'll get the exact measurements in the description below. I've actually got some mixed nuts here. I've got Brazil nuts and walnuts, and that's about a cup and a half. I'm also going to be using some dried fruits. And here I've got some cranberries, some golden berries, raisins and currants. And here I've got approximately 2 cups. For my truffle toppings, I'm going to be using sesame seed. I've also got poppy seed here. I've also got some goji berries, which really I should have chopped because, they're a kind of longish shape. They may not stick well to my truffle, but we're going to have a go anyway. But you can just kind of give them a quick chop in your blender. And I've got some desiccated coconut. Now I have a secret ingredient which I use in all my truffles, and that's coconut flour. The reason I use coconut flour is because the truffles tend to have a very sweet taste, and I like to balance it with some coconut flour, and it also helps to bind it a little bit better, takes that extra sweet dried fruit taste off, and the nuts add a bit of extra protein. It also takes a bit of the edge off the sweetness, but if you can't have nuts for allergy reasons, you can leave those out altogether. So let's get started. I'm going to just adjust my blender, and I'm going to add in my nuts. I'm going to just give them a quick chop in my blender first of all. There we go, just to give them a quick chop. And then I'm going to add in a good generous handful of my dried fruits. In fact, I'm going to add in two generous handfuls. And let's not forget my coconut flour. And I'm going to put it in about a tablespoon of my coconut flour in there. Let's put the lid on. Give it a little shake. And let's get this going. As you can see, it's kind of starting to bind together. Just give it a shake, or you can use a spatula to move it around. I'm going to put in a little bit more fruit. And I'm going to show you something as well. What you can do is, let's just get the camera here so I can show you. If I squeeze it, it's almost forming a mass. It's still a little bit crumbly. So I'm going to put in the rest of my fruit. Give this a good shake. Loosen it up a bit. Move it around a little bit more. You might have to play with this a bit, depending on how big your blender is. And it will start to form a mass. If you can see this here, you can see it's forming a mass, okay, into one. And I'm going to get a little bit of it here. You can decide on what size you want for your truffles. And I'm going to show you under the camera what I'm doing. Hold on, let me take a little bit off. Right, under the camera what I'm doing, I'm just basically just putting it all together into a ball, and it's all sticking together nicely. It's not even sticking to my hands. That's the consistency you want. And then I'm going to roll it into a ball. And it rolls very easily. It's very pliable. Just like that. I'll just show you under the camera so you can see, look, it's just formed into a nice ball there. And I'm going to add some coconut to my little my truffle here. So if you can see, I'm literally, you can do this in a bowl. It would be easier if you just, I tend to pop it into a small bowl. I'm going to, and then just roll it around a bit. But I've got quite a lot of coconut, desiccated coconut here, so I'm just going to roll it around in here. And if it's not sticking very well, another trick I do is to just roll it around in just a little bit of water. Just a little bit. I'm going to do one in water so you can see. That's one. Let's do another one. In fact, I'm going to do chia. So I've literally got my, as you can see, I'm just using one hand just to sort of, you know, bind it together and then just roll it. That's all you've got to do. Just roll it. I'm just going to get a little bowl which has got a tiny drop of water in it. Tiny drop of water in that bowl, okay? Just a little bit, and I'm going to just move it around in the bowl just to get a bit of water on it. Here's my chia. Roll it around in this. If you have a little bowl, you can just literally put a bit of the topping in there and roll it around. I'm just doing it by hand, which is a little bit messier because I'm getting it all over my fingers, but that's okay. That's my second. So that's my chia one. We're going to let's have a go at the goji berry. And I'll definitely put it in a little bit of water because I haven't chopped my goji berries. You can see they're all whole and I want to get them to stick. So here's my mixture, as you can see. Just manipulate it with your hands. Give it a roll. And you can make them as big or as small as you wish. And this really does the trick, you know, to get that healthy sugar fix without the refined sugars. You know, it's better than obviously anything that's carbohydrate, refined with sugars. And then we're going to just roll that, if possible. I should have put this in a bowl, but it's okay. I should have chopped the goji berry for it to be able to, and then obviously if it's a little bit, you see if it's slightly chopped as well, you've also got the softer part of the goji berry as well, which is the softer fruit. But I'm going to kind of stick it on a little bit here. But you can just give it a quick blast in your blender to chop your goji berry, and then you have a really lovely coated truffle. But I'm just doing this quickly by hand. This is literally all I had left in my cupboard of the goji berries. And I thought, oh, at the last minute, let me do a goji berry one. You can use any type of dried fruit to your liking, really. I really do like goji berry. It's full of antioxidants. It's a lovely sweet berry. It's great as a snack. They look so beautiful on a plate. So you've got your coconut there, you've got your chia seed and your goji berry. And I'm going to do one more in the coconut just to show you what it looks like if you just roll it in a little bit of water so that it's a little bit more coconutty. There we are, just manipulate it with your hand there. It's so easy because it's so soft. And it's not overly sweet. That's why I put the ingredient of the coconut flour. You don't need the coconut flour to bind it, by the way. The fruit will bind on its own once you've blended it up. But the coconut just takes that extra sweet edge off the dried fruit. So it's not overly sweet. And it really does give a lovely finished taste to your truffles, so they're not, you know, you can have one and you're satisfied and it's not going to be really sharp in taste. Right, so this is just the water that I rolled the last dried fruit ball in, and I'm going to use my desiccated coconut again. And then, as you can see, it coats a lot more easier. Just sprinkle it over the top. And then you're getting a lot more coconut on it. It's getting a bit more coated. You can have any type of, I usually use as well cacao. I didn't have cacao in my cupboard, so I'm using what I have available to give you a example of how you can make your own. You can even have a few crushed nuts of your, you know, your favorite nuts, and roll them there. You can see in comparison to the other one just how much more coconut and how much more appealing it is. I mean, it's still beautiful, but look, you know, that looks like a real snowball, doesn't it? And then you've got your goji berry and your sesame seed. I've even got some poppy seed. Let's do the poppy seed. Let's do the poppy seed. You've got these beautiful colours popping here. It's nice to have a variety of colours. If I had the cacao, that would just be excellent, but I'm going with what I had in my cupboard. So I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to use the poppy seed, which is a bit darker. There. Got a glossy fruit ball. Can just use one hand and just kind of manipulate it and then give it there we go. It's so easy and they're so quick to do. And you know, you can pop them in the fridge, have them whenever you want, or not pop them in the fridge. You can leave them out, they're not going to go off. I'm going to roll this one in a little bit of water as well. And then I'm going to coat my truffle in my poppy seed. Look how beautiful that looks. And you know what? I love the little grittiness of the poppy seed and the chia. They give a little bit of a crunch. So lovely. I love them like that. And they last for ages. So you can do quite a few of them and keep them in a container. You can leave them in the fridge. There they are. So you can see them completed there. Got 4 truffles looking absolutely gorgeous, and will be tasting absolutely delicious. And if you have any questions when I come on live, any time, you can ask a question and I'll answer it at the end. Tomorrow I'll be back with more tips on different types of foods that you can play with, make a little bit more interesting, to have as a in your healthy, balanced diet journey. So tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, which will be 1 o'clock Eastern Time. And I'll come back with more health tips, food ideas, for you to be able to follow along your health journey. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.